everyone, most welcome to the page on GBC News. This is where we do chit chat, and this is where we get those who matter when it comes to sports development. I'm Theophilus Sampa. We're serving you the details. Remember that the Paralympic Games is just around the corner, and at the weekend, the Tokyo Olympic Games came to an end. And by kindness of GTV Sports Plus, you had the opportunity to watch all that you need to know about the Olympics, the daily updates, and everything that went on in Japan. You had it at the comfort of your home without paying a peso to watch it. And that's because GTV Sports Plus promised, and they delivered. Now, the big thing that GTV Sports Plus will be bringing, it's the Tokyo Paralympic Games. As it stands now, preparations are far advanced, and we're going straight to Tokyo. Ghana's contingent, that's the Paralympic team that will be at the Tokyo Paralympic Games, have already pitched camp in Tokyo to really acclimatize well before the tournament starts proper on the 24th. We have currently on Zoom the General Secretary of the National Paralympic Committee, Mr. Peter Adjei, to give us update on what really is happening in terms of their camping, which rooms they are in, and which venues in the games village are they going to stay, or are they staying, in terms of the COVID protocols. How is it done? How are they doing it? And everything that we need to know about Team Ghana so far, how many athletes are there, and how many officials are there. Peter, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you too, Theophilus.
Now, briefly tell Ghanaians, give us an update. I told Ghanaians you are in Tokyo. Confirm for us, are you in Tokyo? And if yes, what is happening there now?
Yes, thank you, Theophilus. We are currently not in Tokyo. We passed through Tokyo, but we are currently in our Shiro, which is about 4.5 hours away from Tokyo. So yes, we have landed in Japan, and we have been picked up by the authorities of Inawashiro and the Ghana embassy in Japan, and we've been brought to our pre-games camping site in Inawashiro.
So as it stands now, you are having your pre-camping at Inawashiro, the town where the famous
Yes.
Dr. Noguchi stayed, right?
No, he actually came from this town. He didn't only stay here. This is where he comes from. This is where he was born.
Now tell us, in terms of readiness, how many athletes are currently there for the pre-camping?
Currently, we have 3 athletes who are here. We have 2 para-powerlifters and 1 para-athletics athlete. You know, the paracycling team, because Inawashiro did not have the velodrome, they are to travel to Egypt for their pre-games camping. And so currently here we have 3 athletes, 2 are para-powerlifters, 1 is a para-athletics athlete.
Now, tell us, in terms of our preparations, is everything smooth over there in terms of where the athletes to stay, what they are doing, who is taking care of everything for this pre-camping?
Yeah, so for this pre-games campaign, as per the agreement signed between the National Paralympic Committee and the Inawashiro Township, Inawashiro is catering for our accommodation and feeding, and then transport from the airport. So we have been accommodated in a hotel, very spacious rooms. Each person has a room to himself. It is quite spacious with its own, clean facilities. We have been served lunch, and we are currently observing the COVID-19 protocols of social distancing. But as you know, the trip was a very long one, and so almost all the team members are resting now. And I believe that come tomorrow, will be well rested and freshened up to engage the authorities of Inawashiro to see the grounds plan so that we can kickstart the training.
You did indicate that we have only 3 athletes currently over there. The general total number of athletes that will be representing Ghana at this Paralympic Games officially can you make it known to Ghanaians how many athletes will be participating in the Paralympic Games this year for Ghana?
So we have 3 athletes who will be participating. And then we have 1 person who is the pilot of the paracyclist, who is also considered an athlete. And then we have 1 other para-powerlifter who serves as the training partner of Emmanuel Nitete Oku, who is a para-powerlifter. So the total number of athletes that would be in Japan is 5. That is 2 paracyclists, 2 para-powerlifters, and 1. Currently here, we have 3 coaches. We have 4 coaches actually. 1 is for para-athletics. 1 is for para-powerlifting, and he has 2 assistants, making it 4. And then we have COVID-19 liaison officer, and then we have 1 administrative personnel from the NPC who also doubles as our as a temporary media personnel.
Peter, at the end of the day, the tournament will be starting in 2 weeks' time. If all is well, it starts in 2 weeks' time on the 24th. In terms of the target we've set for ourselves, NPC, what is the target?
Well, the ultimate goal of the NPC is to be able to motivate the athletes enough to be able to win the first Olympic medal for the country Ghana. And I believe that it is the challenges that we all face in sports in our country Ghana. They are relentless and they are determined to prove a point for people to understand, for the whole world to understand that they can also equally raise the flag of Ghana as high as any other person also can. And so I would say that we have very good hopes and we have very high hopes and very high determination that by the end of the Paralympics to have at least 1 medal in the to the glory of the nation Ghana.
Great. During the abled ones, we saw the Ghana Olympic Committee announcing who will be our flag bearer for the games, who will be our captain as well. I just want to know, has the NPC settled on who will captain the team and who will lead, who will be the flag bearer when the opening ceremony takes place?
Yes, the flag bearer will be the para-powerlifter Emmanuel Nitete Oku. He is 1 athlete who has shown a lot of determination and a lot of courage if he has come from. And even on the training field, he is 1 who is always very interesting to watch. And I believe that Emmanuel, being the flag bearer, is going to send a very interesting message about Ghana. And we hope that the world showcase that we have been presented with would give us the necessary platform to continue with the Brand Ghana agenda, to continue telling people that Ghana also, despite all the challenges of the COVID, we are always determined to move on and forward ever we shall march.
Peter, how has the information flow from the NPC Ghana, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, the National Sports Authority has been like? The last time we had an info, we realized that you got closer to the GFA for them to catch you guys and stuff like that. Give us an update. How is the communication like? And are we going to see a smooth show just like the way we saw the able-bodied one?
Yes, Douglas, I can tell you point blank that the National Paralympic Committee has no issues with, as a matter of fact, I can say also on authority that there is very frequent information sharing between ourselves and the ministry and the sports authority. Um, I do not foresee any mishap coming through. But as we say, we are all human beings, and sometimes in the heat of pressure, sometimes people can forget. Things can skip people, and so I'll only entreat everyone that if anything like that happens and there is a delay, they should just trust that it is nothing born out of any malice or intentional doing, and then at the appropriate time, all information that is needed to be shared will be shared and be shared in full and accurately. So I can tell you for a fact that we are in constant communication with all the bodies, the entities that has to do with the Paralympic Games. Mentioning the Ghana Football Association, I will use this opportunity to thank the president, Mr. Ketokreku, Mr. Alex Asante, and every other person who responded to our last minute call. You see, sometimes these are some of the things that people watch to see that if a body like the Ghana Football Association can also come to the aid or the assistance of the Olympic fraternity, I think that it sends a message of togetherness, inclusion, equality. And we hope that such acts would be replicated. And when we also get the chance, we will also reciprocate to the GFA and any other entity that extends a helping hand to the Paralympic family. And so we thank them very much. The kitten that we were given by the Football Association is superb, it's solid. Everyone is happy with it. And we know that the relationship that started between the Paralympic family and the Ghana football family is going to continue and become stronger as the years go by.
And finally, for the big one that Roy talks about, remember that Team Nigeria, during the abled ones, were told that some of them have been banned. They are on the red list because of doping-related issues, because of breaking of COVID protocols here and there. Are athletes really adhering strictly, or have they been schooled on how to adhere strictly to the COVID protocol so nobody contracts coronavirus in the games village?
Yes, as a matter of fact, on Friday, an anti-doping seminar organized by the Ministry of Youth and Sports, the National Sports Authority, and the National Anti-Doping Agency. All athletes who are attending the Paralympic Games attended, and they were taken through the education. I myself was present, and if you were to ask people, I have now become known as Mr. You go home, because during the seminar I told them in a very jovial but very straightforward and strict measure. My duty as the chef de mission puts me in a place whereby your safety becomes my priority. And if anything happens to you, I am the one who would be held responsible. So if you flout any of the rules, if you go against any of the directives, whether you have competed or not, you will be sent home. You will be sent home, and it will not change. But I think that traveling from Ghana, the athletes are all poised. They are very, very cautious on what they do and where they go. And we know that they will all be in good spirits and in good health to be able to compete in the games when it starts.
Well, finally, before I let you go, so when exactly will the athletes move to the games village?
So we will depart here on the 23rd of August to the games village.
Okay, thank you very much, Peter Adjei. He happens to be the leader of delegation, the chef de mission for Tokyo Paralympic Games for Team Ghana, and has given us enough updates on what is happening currently. A greater number of the athletes are currently in pre-camping in Narashuru. So we'll be bringing you up to speed on everything about the Paralympic Games. Now let's shift attention and come back home, because a lot happened at the weekend, especially on Sunday evening when Accra Hearts of Oak tried to do the double, and then they played against Ash Gold. At the end of 120 minutes, it was goalless, and Hearts fans were on tenterhooks, same as Ash Gold fans. And at the end, they had to settle it through the lottery of penalties. Let's have a feel of what really transpired during the penalty shootout and how the trophy was unveiled.
Daniel Lyon whistles. And Fatau scores. There's so much power, and it's very close to the woodwork. Adjei steps forward. And Richard Atta saves for Hatzabok. I mean, Adjei is not looking at the goalkeeper at the time he's taking the strike, but Atta makes a move to his left before. He steps forward. Is Nete against Kofi Mensah. And Nete scores brilliantly. Yeah. Well taken penalty. It was well taken, very well taken. Taking it. Goalkeeper wasn't making the move. He decided to make up his mind. And now he steps forward. Ampim Da Costa. Well taken. Also, just knew what he was trying to do. It is Amankwa. And he misses. Oh, horribly. Away from the target. Just David Abagna. And Abagna has missed. So sure about one was trying to take the kick down the middle, but it's too high. It's down the middle, but too much. At this course. Up to the ball, it's like you need some amount of confidence to be able to go. But he steps up and he scores brilliantly. Brilliant stuff. And executed it very well. Even if the goalkeeper makes the right guess, he's not touching that. Barnier steps forward. And Barnier misses. Goodness me. Daniel Afriya Barnier. Yeah, it's very casual, very casual. It's not into the corner. And he scores. And Al Hassan scores. That was really brilliant. His run up to the ball, really. It's Yao Ano. And he scores. Woodwork and in. Unlike a badness which went off the woodwork and out. This one underneath the placement. And Adu scores. Which one? Oh, I know this guy is about it this time. Went right through the laces and the height is decent. Watchman, can he score? And he scores brilliantly. Let's run up. Look at this one there. Goes to the right, goes to the left. Excellent delivery. Well, and the goalkeeper commits early. Yeah, Ovuka, once he makes that starter, he sees the goalkeeper. But steps forward. And Joma has converted. That wasn't a very convincing spot kick. Had he dived, Brahim steps up and he makes a 7 for Hatzabok. Comes up with the latest there. When the run up is Asayajiman makes no mistake, no questions about the call. It's well taken. Yeah. Asayajiman there. That boy, Afutu has missed it. Benjamin Afutu has missed it. The goalkeeper here is right on the line, right there. Good save by him, but will it be Asko? And goalkeeper Richard Atta rescues the Phobians. Good save. Set aside here, goalkeeper gets in the eye, but it still goes to that side. And Richard Atta, what a powerful try. Powerful, yeah, powerful. Some bullets, really. Kofi Mensah can't reach it, even though he's down there. Make a save against him. Kofi Mensah has missed, and the Phobians have won the double. Oscar Santiago by 8-7 on penalties here at the Accra Sports Stadium. It's an amazing night of football here in the capital. It's lived up to it. It's truly lived up to a final match. The match day for Accra today. And so all the players have collected. It's not time for us. Yeah, you can hear what Sean was trying to say. He said the trophy is heavy. Yeah. Trophy has been handed to the captain. He's asking his guys to go back.
So, ladies and gentlemen, champions of the 2020-2021 MTN FA Cup winners, ladies and gentlemen.
So there they go. The Fabians are champions of the FA Cup 2021. Hatzabok never say die until the bones are rotten. They've looked good, they've deserved it, and they are true champions of the FA Cup.
It's a double. It's something they dreamed about midway through the season, and they are living the dream now. Hatzabok champions. Hatzabok at a double. Dwayne the man.
Hatzabok have won their 11th FA Cup title by beating Asante by 8.
So those were the highlights at that particular encounter, and for the first time, Hasselhoff fans were on tenterhooks. They never knew, they never anticipated that Ash Gold could give them a run for their money, and we need to salute the two teams for really selling out a good game. So we'll bring you more updates in terms of who really will be joining Accra to Folk for the CAF Champions League and the Confederations Cup. We'll bring you into details as to that one in our subsequent bulletins. That's how we draw the curtains on the page. Today, the page returns same time tomorrow. Bye for now.